Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and can you believe it? A new card from the latest mini set has Broken Wild. For the first time, at least that I can think of in a while, it's not just one class, it's two. And as Martian Boo, awesome Hearthstone content creator, tweeted out here, you'd think so, but I'm full when talking to Play Hearthstone, saying there's never enough funnel cake. We're gonna go into it. I mean, you saw the clip at the beginning. You probably saw the priest clip a few videos ago. You know where I'm going with this. But yes, funnel cake has absolutely broken the game. And well, if you want to break our sub count and help us get to 70K, I'd really appreciate if you like earn your subscription. Hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a ton. Yes, what are we talking about? Well, there are multiple decks that are just being broken by this silly 1-mana card that I can't remember who revealed it, but they should really be ashamed of having a card reveal of such a broken, disgusting priest card. The card in question, of course, is the dual class Druid and Priest card Funnel Cake. 1-mana spell, restore 3 health to a minion and its neighbors for each one overhealed, refresh the mana crystal. And so far, pretty much minimal to no impact in standard, but in wild, it has spawned multiple decks that effectively cheat infinite mana and can either OTK you on turns like 3 through 5, like literally turn 3 OTKs exist with this card, or just create a giant board state that is completely unanswerable, but only in wild because there's certain cards that enable this stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to get into in this video. If you're not clear on the strategies that are really utilizing this, there's a Giant's Priest, which this got to top 17 legend, where basically you play Radiant Elemental, Crimson Clergy, and then all your spells effectively cost 0 mana. You can gain your crystals back, and look, on turn 4, create this ridiculous board state. And there's a turn 3 board state like this where it is just absolutely ridiculous. They're even able to copy like a Giant, a Grave Horror, because you have cards like Seance, you have cards like Powered Synchronize. When you have 2 Radiants on the board, they're free. These Giants come out for free. And of course, we already highlighted the deck that doesn't bother with the Giants, just plays Mind Blast and Fizzle and all that and goes infinite damage. The main restriction on this deck being APM. However, with the main restriction being APM, as you can see, this player here did 35 Mind Blasts, got through a solid Alibi on turn 4, but you can see, I'm not entirely sure, it looks like they have some kind of animation skip where they can play faster than normal. Very, you know, it's hard to tell. And there are people that hack the client, animation skip. We saw that with Ignite Mage. So decks like this almost encourage a cheating style behavior where, again, I don't know if this is animation skipping. It looks like it to me. It looks like it's too fast, but maybe they're just really good. But regardless, there are players that are going to do that. And of course, that's against terms of service and all of that. And it just creates another huge problem. But one of the problems when you take a look, if you're, you know, looking at Wild H's replay numbers, you look at Priest and Druid, they're not great. There's like no sample sizes even available to see if these decks are great. You know, we don't see enough people playing them, but what we do know is the gameplay experience is absolutely terrible. I see tons of posts on social media like, what the expletive is this? Where fortunately she lost, even playing the hard counter Secret Mage on turn 5. They have 4 mana, infinite damage, all that shenanigans. It is just a really terrible play experience. Same with the Druid deck I showed earlier. They just play their entire hand. You just watch, and typically they're watching the rope burn for like ever because the animations take even longer on your side, and you have to wait all the time just to see if you died to their stupid combo. Funny thing is, these decks aren't particularly that hard to counter. Like if you're looking to specifically counter it, you just play a deck that runs Explosive Runes, Objection. They really can't get around these things. Dirty Rat, although you probably saw that in the clip, my opponent ratted one of my Auctioneers Add 2 of them. Disruption can do wonders. Watch posts, a Lotheb. There are plenty ways to counter it, but does that mean a strategy like that should exist in the game? Where not only can your opponent, Exodia you in 1 turn, and you have to sit through these animations, you play any slower deck, you miss out on any disruption, you automatically lose the game, or you don't kill them by turns 4 and 5. Should this be banned? Should they be banning funnel cakes? Should they be nerfing cards? And my answer to this is yes. It is very much in line with a ton of bans, a ton of nerfs we have seen in the past. We recently saw Test Subject get preemptively banned and then nerfed based on a 3-mana infinite OTK, which is what this is, right? It's literally this. It requires more cards, it requires more APM, but this card, in combination with Radiant Elemental, would have created an infinite OTK, which again creates the issue of like, why does this keep happening? I mean, all you gotta do is look at what stopped a lot of this stuff for happening in Mage was making Sorcerer's Apprentice 4 mana, have the exact same effect, used to be 2, and as I'm kind of memeing here, yeah, Radiant just came back to take her place with a bit of a different flavor. I feel like the big enablers of these problems in Wild are what need to get addressed more than just banning funnel cakes. Funnel cakes should be able to exist without breaking the game. If you nerf Radiant Elemental, I don't know if making it 4 would do the trick, because honestly, you just play it with the 1-drop, it's like 5 mana, you can still go off pretty early, but making it 4, have your spells cost 1 less, but not less than 1, they hate doing that, would really solve it. All of a sudden, funnel cake won't create OTKs on turn 3 and 4. Like, it won't happen. Drew is a tougher one because there are just so many ways of kind of abusing it. Like, you can take a look at just gadgets in Auctioneer. It's a big enabler. It cycles through your deck, but you can also talk about Floop's Gloop, which gains a bunch of mana. You can just talk about Due Process and how this card is just, I think, really bad for the game. Tony, King of Piracy, way too cheap for an effect that's like toggle. Like, there's so many problems where to fix this deck, I mean, you could hit funnel cake, but this deck was still an existing pretty decent powerhouse beforehand, but now it's getting rank 1 legend, and you don't even need Twig and Sphere. And yes, Twig and Sphere was run, even though it only refreshes. That I don't even know how you address this, because there's not just one card you can really hit. Even Capture Coldtooth Mine is another enabler where you always draw your Auctioneer, right? Like, it's a really complicated one, and it's not quite as egregious as the Priest deck because it's like 2 turns slower on average, but again, still creates a horrible gameplay experience, that horrible loop that we again traditionally have seen nerfed, banned, and Wild, whether it was Hysteria, Switcheroo, all these type of cards got changed because they created these 1-turn blowout OTKs or turns, and that's what these decks are doing right now. So I'm really curious to see. I do think there needs to be something done by the Hearthstone team to address these decks. I don't think they want these running rampant in their format. They'll see the numbers, how popular they are. Maybe they fall off, they don't have to deal with it. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Are you seeing a lot of these decks? Is this something you think should be dealt with? Or do you embrace the madness? Wild should be wild. What are you complaining about? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and hopefully you can dodge those funnel cakes, or unless you're eating them up yourselves, then I guess enjoy it while you can. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.